Hey everyone, welcome back to Bookcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jenny. If you're joining us for the first time, we're diving deep into The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz.
Today's chapter is How to Think and Dream Creatively, one of my favorites. It's about turning on your brain's creative engine, solving problems in fresh ways, and spotting opportunities others miss.
So basically, this is about becoming the person people look at and say, "Wow, how did you think of that?"
Exactly. And the good news is, you don't need to be a painter, composer, or inventor to be creative. Creativity isn't reserved for the arts. It's about approaching life and work in a way that's fresh, flexible, and growth-oriented.
You know, I used to think creativity was something you were either born with or not. Like, some people just have it.
That's a huge myth. Schwartz says creativity is more like a muscle. You can develop it by using it. He tells us to think of it as trainable.
So even if I feel stuck in my ways, I can still change.
Yes, but it requires deliberately breaking old patterns. For example, say your team at work has done presentations the same way for years. Creativity might mean changing the order, the visuals, or even the location where you present. Small tweaks force your brain to explore new territory.
Okay, so the magic is in asking, what's another way to do this?
Bingo. And here's a little tip. The more often you ask that question, the easier it gets to spot creative angles. One of Schwartz's big warnings is, don't let the word impossible shut down your thinking.
Sure, I'm guilty of that.
We all are. But think about this. Every major invention was impossible before it wasn't. Airplanes, smartphones, streaming movies. Someone refused to accept it can't be done.
So it's like, instead of saying that's impossible, you say,
how could it be possible? Even if your first answers sound crazy.
That's funny. My cousin once told me his boss banned the word can't in meetings. You had to replace it with, here's what would need to happen.
That's brilliant. It forces your brain into solution mode instead of shutdown mode. Another creative habit? Borrowing ideas from different places. Schwartz says you don't have to invent from scratch. You can adapt what works somewhere else.
Like, Starbucks didn't invent coffee, but they reinvented how we experience it.
Perfect example. Or how fitness apps borrowed the level up system from video games to make workouts addictive.
So it's like cross-pollinating ideas.
Exactly. If you're in real estate, study hospitality. If you're in teaching, learn from marketing. Other industries can spark innovations in your own.
But Alex, what if I just don't get ideas? Like some days, my brain is just blank.
That's where the idea quota comes in. Schwartz suggests you set a daily target. Maybe 5 new ideas for improving something in your work or life.
Even if they're bad ideas?
Yes, most will be bad. That's fine. The point is to train your brain to produce. You might come up with 25 bad ones in a week, but that 26th, it could be gold.
That's kind of like going to the gym. You don't expect every rep to be perfect, but the repetition builds strength.
Exactly. Creative thinkers ask better questions. 2 of Schwartz's favorites, what if and how can I?
Give me an example.
What if we delivered our product in 24 hours instead of a week? How can I make this process fun for customers? Questions like that open mental doors instead of closing them.
I can see how that works. It's like curiosity on steroids.
Here's something people overlook. Your environment shapes your creativity. If you're always around the same people, same conversations, same media, your brain gets lazy.
So you're saying I need more variety?
Yes. Go to events outside your industry. Read books on topics you know nothing about. Even change your route to work. New inputs lead to new outputs.
It's like giving your brain fresh ingredients to cook with.
Exactly. All right, let's give our listeners a challenge. For the next 7 days, 1. Write down 5 new ideas every day. They can be for your job, your home, your hobbies, anything. 2. Replace impossible with how can I in conversation. 3. Consume something outside your usual bubble, a book, podcast, or even a conversation.
And maybe we can share our results in the next episode?
Yes, that'll keep us accountable.
You know, I never thought of myself as creative. But this makes me feel like it's something I can actually practice.
That's the key takeaway. Creative thinking isn't magic. It's a habit. If you keep your mind open, keep asking better questions, and keep feeding it fresh material, you'll see possibilities everywhere.
And that's when life starts to get exciting.
Exactly.
All right, friends, thanks for tuning into Bookcast. Next time, we'll be tackling the next chapter of The Magic of Thinking Big.
Until then, keep dreaming big and keep your creative engine running.